Hi everyone, Vegas Film Critic here, Jeffrey K. Howard with the Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice review. No spoilers, okay? So just rest, relax. Trust me, there's enough spoilers in this movie to fill an encyclopedia. There is so many spoilers, but I will not divulge any of them. I will do another review with spoilers. I want to see it again so I can really get an idea of the movie. And also, believe it or not, Zack Snyder, the director, came on before the movie and said, please do not reveal what goes on in this movie, because you know Batman and Superman are fighting and things happen. Plus there's so many surprises in this movie, so I'm just going to give an overall kind of view of the movie, the plot, and my reaction to it, but no great detail. First of all, this is the introduction by Warner Brothers and DC Comics into their world, into the DC world. You could say Man of Steel was that way, or even some of the TV shows, you know, like The Flash or something like that. But, you know, Marvel is just kicking ass, you know, with all of their TV shows and all their movies, and even more so, all of mixing the Avengers and bringing everyone in together, having their own movies and crossing over. It's just insane. So they really had a one-up on Warner Brothers, on DC. Well, now DC looks like they got their act together. And not only Batman v Superman, but also we've got Justice League coming up, and also the sequel to Justice League, and we got the Aquaman movie and Wonder Woman, and so we're just about to explode with comic book movies, even more so. But you know, people always ask me, are you DC, are you a Marvel fan? I like both. You know, when I grew up Marvel, I was a Fantastic Four fanatic, a Daredevil fanatic. DC, I was reading Batman and Swamp Thing, and I never was a Superman comic guy, but I was a Superman TV show and movie fanatic. So here we have two of the greatest heroes in the DC universe finally gonna battle it out. And let's just say it right now, okay? Ben Affleck is phenomenal as Batman. Because, you know, to play Batman is Bruce Wayne. Bruce Wayne is the key to playing Batman. Okay, you can get in a, you can get in a costume and go around and do that growly voice and all the cool action sequences, but that's not what Batman's really about. It's the screwed up mind of Bruce Wayne. And, you know, we had to revisit the whole origin story in the opening credits. Zack Snyder had to show his parents getting killed again and the slow motion, all that. How many times do we have to see Batman's parents get killed? So Batman runs this movie. He rules this movie. Ben Affleck is phenomenal. He's got great toys. You got Alfred this time playing by Jeremy Irons. Yes, Scar himself from Lion King. And I love what they did with Jeremy Irons because Alfred's always like this, you know, the voice of reason and always looking out for Bruce Wayne no matter what age. You know, I just watched Gotham. Oh man, that's so good. Rise of the Villains. But Jeremy Irons, they played him as his equal. So there's no Morgan Freeman this time. So Jeremy Irons is in there and Alfred is like, you know, helping him with all the different gadgets and, you know, telling him where to go and all that. So he's like his little wingman, okay? So they really gave Alfred a better, juicier role than him just like stepping in from nowhere, sidling up and going, Master Bruce, you know, what are you doing? You know, do you think you should go out and beat people up tonight? You know, so finally they got Alfred brought into, you know, the 21st century. Now, one thing I love about Superman is that when I took sides, I saw the movie, of course. When I took sides, I was on Superman's side. You know, I thought, okay, oh, I have to get that stuff they gave away at the screening. I'll go get it in a second. What I love what they did with Superman, and you know, Man of Steel, I was not a fan of that film at all. But after seeing it on HBO like 3 or 4 times, watching it on demand 3 or 4 times, that movie really grew on me. It really did. I understood what Zack Snyder was trying to do. It wasn't the Superman I was used to, but you know, it grew on me. And what I love what Snyder does with Superman, especially in this version, is that he really is treated like an alien. You know, when he's floating in the sky and you see his cape and stuff, when he lands and he does all these different things, he doesn't seem human at all, which he's not. But I mean, just in the way the portrayal of Superman always seemed like he was a person among us. There's a huge backlash in this movie against Superman because at the beginning of the film, Bruce Wayne was at the big battle showdown between General Zod and Superman in the last movie, in Man of Steel. So we see the movie opening up, all that carnage going on, which really bothered me, you know, because thousands of people were dying. Well, they revisit that, and Bruce Wayne gets his hatred for Superman. He just stares up at him because people are being killed left and right, and people he knew. So it's his mission, Bruce Wayne / Batman, to bring down Superman. How he can do that. And also helping him is Lex Luthor, played Jesse Eisenberg. And Jesse Eisenberg, finally he's this little upstart kind of twerp, you know, who inherited this giant research and development facility and all these billions of dollars, just like Bruce Wayne. He's another offshoot of Bruce Wayne. And he plays it kind of geeky and straightforward, but you know what? You see underneath him that he's insane. That there's something going on with Jesse in there. I think he's underused in the movie a lot. I think he should have been used more. The movie's, what, 151 minutes? So it's already long to begin with. But I just wish there was more of a balance with him as the supervillain. So the message ultimately in this movie is about trust It's about power, how power is abused. And Superman is, considered a god. He could change the world. If he got mad at us, he could destroy mankind like that. So there's all these people who have turned against Superman after all that carnage in Man of Steel. Rightly so, Here's a guy who thought he was helping. And then we have a senator who's out to get Superman too. Not so much to get him, but just like, hey, follow the law. This is democracy. You can't just go off and do what you want and be a vigilante. Batman. Holly Hunter plays the senator, and Superman's on trial, literally. Well, not trial. He's got to go and testify, like answer for his actions. So there's some really cool situations in this movie where we're seeing our characters unlike ever before. Okay, I know what you're saying. Where are the other DC characters in this? Because we know that Aquaman is in it. We know the Flash is in it. We know that Wonder Woman's in it. Wonder Woman, Batman, and Superman, that trinity. Okay, yes. I mean, it's not a secret that they're in this movie. And I'm just telling you, I was waiting for that one cameo. I was waiting for Aquaman. Oh, baby. I can't wait to see that movie. I can't wait to see Aquaman. People came out of the screen last night. A lot of people didn't like it. I don't understand it because Zack Snyder, he did Watchmen, which I think is the greatest comic book of all time. We could argue about that. 300 and Sucker Punch, which, but I liked it a lot, more than I thought I would, because I thought I'd have that Man of Steel reaction where I'm like, what did he do to my Superman? But you know what? I really enjoyed it. Big fault in the film, though, is the third act, where this alien is, it's not a secret, this alien does this battle between Batman and Superman. It just goes on for 30 minutes. It's all these lightning and special light effects. It just gives you a headache after a while. The thing keeps screaming and roaring, and you're like, wait a minute, you had this great dynamic between Batman and Superman, and even Lex Luthor, and all those questions of morality and power and abuse of power, and now we just turn it into a lame action sequence at the end of the movie. Oh, totally out of place. Or just cut that son of a thing down 15-20 minutes. The movie's already too long. But of course, they didn't do that. So I just have one little beef. Other than that, I think this is a really good start into the DC universe. Of course, we have to mention Amy Adams as Lois Lane. I just think she plays it so straight and just kind of like, cutesy pie. I guess that's what the character is. It just did nothing for me. Ben Affleck and Henry Cavill playing Superman. Boy, these guys are in shape. I mean, Affleck has 8% body fat. He packed on 20 pounds of muscle. And Superman looks, Henry Cavill is even more buff than ever before. He has some shirts off and like that. And you're looking at this going, oh my God, these guys must have spent hours every day in the gym. So rumor has it that Warner Brothers love this movie so much, they offered Ben Affleck 3 Batman solo films. And so we'll see where it's going on with that. And just a great tribute to Frank Miller. I mean, The Dark Knight Returns is one of my favorite comic books of all time. And that's what Batman's suit is at the end. You can just see that's Frank Miller. And at the end of the movie, they thank all these comic book artists, from Jim Lee and Frank Miller to everybody you can name. Just really cool tribute. So one thing I thought would be cool is that, they were going to do like the Marvel tradition and we stayed through the credits. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. So, hey, I saw this kind of a press screening. So people are telling me there's an R-rated version out there coming out on DVD. There's also different theatrical versions. So I don't know yet until the movie actually opens. Maybe they do have something once the movie opens. Because right now, the movie doesn't open for a couple days as I'm doing this review. So Batman v Superman, The Dawn of Justice, wow. I was impressed. I really was. Should I look at that stuff? Now, the stuff they gave away at the screening, like buttons and little cups and stuff, I thought that was really cool. I'll show you during the spoiler review. I'll post a spoiler review after the opening weekend. That should give people plenty of time. There's a lot to talk about. There really is. So go see it. It's really cool. Congratulations. I'm psyched for the next Batman, whatever they bring, because there's a lot coming down the pipe. All right, for more reviews and interviews, surf on over to my website at vegasfilmcritic.com. Also, if you like what you see, please share, comment below, subscribe, thumbs up. I'm Jeffrey K. Howard. Do I look fat in this? I thought I did. Who will win? I'll see you next time.